coaches say something, we take it and we move on. We gotta get in the gym on our own, get shots up. That's how we're gonna get better, is us pushing each other, okay? It's the quality of our passes, okay?
Through the recruiting trips and setting up your staff in the past 2 months, how do you analyze what you've done in the progress in the first couple of months here at FIU?
Well, these 2 months have flown by, and there's been a lot of work to do. So we've been flying around trying to get as much done, trying to be as efficient with our time as possible. The players have been home for the last 2 months, so we're very excited to have them back here on campus. But there's been a lot of things we've had to do in preparation to get these guys here, and just in preparation of building our program going forward. So we've been hard at work at that.
Coach Rhodes, Shaka Smart, Kevin Stallings for a period of time. You've had the opportunity to work with a number of very successful head coaches, and in many of those years in the associates role. What have you been able to pick up or learn from a couple of these guys that you feel has been beneficial in your first few months as a head coach?
Well, I've been incredibly fortunate. Even as a young coach, every head coach that I worked for, they really took me under their wing and developed me to be a complete coach. Coach Davis at Colgate, Coach Wojcik at Tulsa, Coach Muller at Illinois State, Coach Stallings at Pitt, Coach Smart and Coach Rhodes at VCU. I've definitely taken bits and pieces of what those guys have done. All of them have been incredibly successful in their own right, and I'll be utilizing many of their tenets and what we do on a daily basis here.
Were there moments, learning curves for you, or times early in your career you maybe felt that trepidation or a learning curve? You were under a lot of successful coaches.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, I had an interesting experience to begin my career. I started at my alma mater, Colgate, the year after I graduated. So I proceeded to coach in my first 2 years of coaching 2 classes of guys that I actually played with. So it was a unique experience having to coach guys that were my teammates.
Sure. What went into that decision? Go from Atlanta up to Central New York and start your career there.
My head coach, Emmett Davis, was an assistant coach at the Naval Academy and recruited me really hard all throughout my junior year. And he got the job going into my senior year. And myself, my family, we loved Coach. We believed in him. And when he got the job at Colgate University, it was a great academic school. And it was definitely a change. I'm born and raised in Atlanta, and to go from Atlanta to Central New York and that kind of weather was definitely some culture shock, but it was a great experience for me.
Coach, in your mind, how do you develop an identity within a team, particularly when it's such a drastic difference, number one, from what has been employed in the past, and number two, when that's a big majority of it depends on tempo, pace, endurance. How do you establish an identity when you're trying to create that type of culture?
By communication with our guys, by building relationships with them, by spending as much time as we possibly can with them away from the court, and helping them understand what our vision is and what we're trying to implement here, and helping them have trust and belief in what we're building. The style of play that we're going to do, guys want to play that way. Guys want to play fast. Guys want to create steals and get transition opportunities. Guys want to have freedom on offense. But it takes a lot of work to be able to do that in the game. It takes a lot of work in the summertime and in the fall. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears has to go into being able to play that way. But we're just seeing, each day we're going to be talking about creating our culture and creating the way our style of play and our mindset and our mentality. It's just going to be something that we're addressing day in, day out, every hour, every minute of the day.
You look back on how you guys did it at VCU, and one of the most intriguing aspects of your time there and the culture you created was how the team go to Bryant Park or Park in Richmond. You guys worked out with the U.S. Navy SEALs.
Right.
I mean, you can go on YouTube and look up footage. I mean, you've got 200-pound guys on your back, and you're working out with the U.S. Navy SEALs. Take me through that experience, how beneficial it was for that team, because you got to feel, if you can work out at 5 a.m. with the U.S. Navy SEALs, you can incorporate a full court press.
Well, we always wanted to get our guys outside of their comfort zone, because what we do are going to do on the offensive and defensive end to our opponents is constantly be trying to take them out of their comfort zone. So whatever we can do to put these guys in situations where they're not uncomfortable and teach them to respond, teach them to gel together, it's just going to help us grow and help build the mentality and the mindset that we want to have going forward.
How uncomfortable were you that day at 5 a.m.?
Oh, we were the most uncomfortable, and we took part in everything that they did. So you could see film of us. carrying guys on their
right.
backs and jumping in the ice boat. But it just shows the guys that, hey, we're all here sweating
right.
together.
Yeah.
We're all here struggling together. We're all here growing together. And that's what, I want our guys to understand. This is a family.
What do you want to see out of the team the rest of the summer?
Well, just a couple of our core values that are really important. Just an enthusiasm for everything that we do, an enthusiasm for working, an enthusiasm for getting better, an enthusiasm for getting stronger in the weight room and getting our condition even better, and having an appreciation for that. Appreciating this opportunity that we have to go build a legacy here at FIU and to build a consistent winner and just competing in everything that we do. Competing on the court, competing in the weight room, competing in the classroom, competing and being involved in the community. If we compete in everything that we do and compete together, then that's going to really help us win ball games come this next season.
Well, that mentality, one of your quotes from that opening press conference, stands out for a lot of people. Playing FIU will no longer be a day at the beach. That certainly resonates with a lot of fans. Coach, appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.